What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today's going to be a little bit of house cleaning. So as we guys saw last night, thank you to JH and Mike Karef for having an interview, even though it went on to 12 a.m. Jesus. Nah, it was good. It was great. We got clarification, guys, that Brian Renfroe indeed received a higher salary than he did in the year prior, but it was because of his transition from vice president to president of the National Association of Letter Carriers. So guys, the verbiage is correct. Even Mike Karef confirmed it. Renfroe's raise has to be in line with the raise that the top carrier receives. However, Renfroe did not increase his base pay as a president. He has received a promotion, which means that's how he got 19 or 20% pay increase. All right, that's fine, because all we were doing, we're looking at contract language and make sure that he didn't violate it. If he did, then we had him violating the Constitution. He didn't. Guys, today is the day. Today is the day that the ballots should be, quote unquote, start to be sent out from national headquarters to letter carriers' mailboxes throughout America. Okay, why is that important? It's important because today starts the clock. Okay, from now on, from today until January 13th, I will be posting daily videos with a countdown just to keep us informed, just to keep it fresh in our minds how important this is going to be. Okay, from today we have 35 days. Okay, that's all. From here on, it's day by day. Okay, and what we have to understand is the time that it takes for the ballot to go from headquarters to your house, and then the time that it's going to take for the ballot to come back from your house to headquarters, or to Minnesota, or to Maryland. Okay, it's going to either one of those things. I think that it is going to Minnesota. Ballot survey and ballot systems out of Minnesota, and then I think the ballot is being processed by that company, and then there's another company that is actually making the ballots, I believe, and that's Mosaic. Okay, that information is available on the NALC members only page. Okay, 35 days from today. Okay, before I go further, why are those companies important? Why did I ask Karef what I did yesterday on the interview? Okay, guys, remember, we're doing house cleaning, so certain dates are going to be important. Okay, today's going to be important. Okay, December 9th is going to be important because that's when the NALC claims that we're going to start sending ballots out. Okay, December 13th is going to be important because that's the end of open enrollment for the Postal Service health benefits. It was supposed to end today. It got extended 4 more days. I'm guessing because of the confusion of carriers and the OPM delays. Okay, the next important date is going to be January 10th. Okay, why is January 10th important? Well, it's important because of the question that I specifically asked Mike Karef last night on the interview. If you guys aren't aware, okay, there's a NALC watchdog, and his name is David Noble. And David Noble has been a pioneer when it comes to challenging the NALC in breaking laws that go against our Constitution or go against the National Labor Relation Boards, right? So he has sued the NALC multiple times, okay, multiple times throughout history. He was a letter carrier way back when, in the Vince Sombrado days. He did some work for national headquarters as a NALC member, and then whatever happened. Okay, and I say that because I'm gonna have him on my channel in the next coming days, and he's gonna go further into what happened at NALC, what happened in his career, where he's at today, and why he is a watchdog, right? But January 10th is going to be important because as it currently stands, David Noble has a federal lawsuit alleging that the Brian Renfroe's 2022 election committee, alongside the two companies, Mosaic out of Maryland and Survey and Balloting Systems out of Minneapolis. He alleged that the three of those parties basically colluded in compromising the validity of our secret ballot system. So he's alleging that for 5 decades prior to Renfroe entering the establishment as president, the NALC conducted all ballot counting and surveying in Washington, D.C. And then under Renfroe, things mysteriously changed, and these two companies were hired. Now, his allegations are that the companies issued certain serial numbers on the outside of ballots, which can identify which branches voted which way. And if that information comes to be true, it gives the people who count these ballots an idea of who voted for Renfroe and who did not vote for Renfroe. And that information could be manipulated, okay? Again, these are allegations, okay? I'm going to allow Brother Noble to explain his thought process. I'm going to allow him to provide any evidence that he may have to prove his allegations. And I'm going to allow him to offer, his opinion on what this compromise process can mean for letter carriers in the future, not only for national elections, but for voting on future contracts. Okay, guys, this is controversial, but it's important to know that this is happening. Okay, that's going to be coming down on January 10th. I don't think that the case is going to be resolved on January 10th, and that's important because if you guys tuned into the interview last night, the ballots deadline closes on January 13th. Okay, the case that involves the ballot processor that's going to process the ballots on the 13th is set to be heard on the 10th. Okay, so if there's enough evidence to prove that the ballot processing company dropped the ball and committed some type of fraud, we have 3 days to change the ballot processing company. Okay. However, if that case is not resolved before January 10th, and then we go ahead and use this company, we won't know the results of that case until much later on in the year, or maybe not this year, depending how long that case takes to be closed, right? So that's important because I asked Brother Karef if at a later date it comes out that this ballot surveying company did in fact do something illegal, can the result of the tentative agreement be clawed back if it was voted yes with the data of this processing company? So it gets a little funky, it gets a little conspiracy minded, it gets a little deeper than the average person might want to dig into this, right? They rigged the election, they got fake ballots, dead people are voting, 2020. But it's serious, because if these allegations are true, then there has to be a rerun of the 2022 national election in which Brian Renfroe won, which brings everything back. It brings back the time that Renfroe negotiated our contract, because it could get messy. Okay, if Brian Renfroe was not supposed to be our president, but yet he negotiated a contract as our president, and then we agree on his tentative agreement, although the controversy that everybody's been through in these last 2 years, it's going to be the biggest scandal in NALC history, guys. So those are the important dates. Today, December 3rd, okay, December 13th, end of Postal Service health benefits enrollment. January 10th, the case against the NALC, Brian Renfroe election committee and the processing ballot companies. And then January 13th is going to be the official deadline to receive our ballots. All right, guys, that's all I got. Offer your questions and opinions down below in the comment section. And until next time I'll be here, you'll be there. Peace.